Hi everyone, if you're a fan of making your own homemade spice mixes, today we have a recipe for you. We're making the Tunisian or Algerian spice mix called Tabil. This is a mildly spicy and aromatic spice blend used for everyday cooking in Tunisian and Algerian cooking. It's used for grilling meats, fish, poultry, and in soups and stews. It's also used in tagine recipes and couscous dishes, so it's quite handy to have in your pantry. The predominant flavors are those of coriander, caraway, and garlic. It's very easy to whip up, so let's get started. So we're making a small batch here, about a third of a cup of spice powder. You can double the recipe as required, but I prefer to have a smaller batch every time so that it's nice and fresh. The predominant flavor is that of coriander seeds, so we have 2 tablespoons of coriander seeds, 2 teaspoons of caraway seeds, a half a teaspoon of fennel seeds, a quarter teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of black peppercorns, and we have half a teaspoon of red chili powder or cayenne and a quarter teaspoon of ground turmeric. The other powdered spices that we need are a quarter teaspoon of ground green cardamom, a quarter teaspoon of ground cloves, and you also need garlic powder. Now I'm only using a quarter teaspoon of garlic powder. You can use up to over half a tablespoon of garlic powder if you like, but since I add fresh garlic to most of my recipes anyway, I'm adding very little to the spice mix itself. You can add to your own discretion. So let's get started. I have here a cast iron pan and we're going to lightly toast all the spices. Now the ground spices of clove, cardamom, and garlic powder, we're going to add them last. We're going to add all the other spices to the cast iron pan. I have my pan on heat and I'm going to add all the spices. In goes the coriander, fennel, caraway, cumin, black pepper, turmeric, and the chili powder. Now we're going to just mix this on a very low heat for 2 minutes till you can really smell the spices, especially the coriander seeds. When you can really smell the scent of those coriander seeds, it's ready. You don't want the spices to go dark. Remove from heat, and then we can add the remaining 3 spices. The garlic powder, green cardamom powder, and the ground cloves. Just give this a stir while the spices are still warm. Now we're just going to add this to a spice grinder and grind to a fine powder. Once the powder cools down, you can store in airtight bottles. This makes about a third of a cup. Sprinkle it over yogurt. Add it to your baked flatbreads. For an easy recipe for grilled leg of lamb, in a bowl of about 1 cup of low-fat yogurt, we can make a marinade by adding 2 teaspoons of the table spice mix with 3 to 4 minced garlic cloves, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and salt to taste. Add 4 to 5 pounds chunks of boneless leg of lamb and coat and cover and chill overnight. Grill this marinated lamb for 10 to 15 minutes per side until tender. Let it rest for 10 to 15 minutes more and then slice thinly, and you can serve this with lemon yogurt sauce that again is sprinkled with the Tunisian spice mix, Tabil. A lot more recipes that you can try this spice mix in. We hope you enjoyed the quick video recipe. Thanks for watching. Bye.